Chi sei tu, o uomo, che sei venuto a fare qua giù? Qual è lo scopo della tua vita? Dov'è la meta che devi raggiungere? Chi sei tu, uomo, che sei venuto a fare qua giù? Qual è lo scopo della tua vita? Dov'è la meta che devi raggiungere? Cerca di capire che cos'è utile, che cos'è inutile e dannoso, che cosa ti rende felice, che cosa ti rende infelice. Cerca di capire che cos'è utile, che cos'è dannoso e inutile, che cosa ti rende felice, che cosa ti rende infelice. Dunque cerca la tua natura divina, scopri come trascendere il corpo, come azzittire la mente frenetica, come aprire l'occhio divino. Dunque cerca la tua natura divina, scopri come trascendere il corpo, come azzittire la mente frenetica, come aprire l'occhio divino. Sii umile, cerca l'aiuto di un maestro, chiedigli di iniziarti alla vera via per contattare la luce divina, per sintonizzarti con la voce del silenzio. Sii umile, cerca l'aiuto di un maestro, chiedili di iniziarti alla vera via per contattare la luce divina, per sintonizzarti con la voce del silenzio. Tu sarai benedetto, realizzerai te stesso, trascendendo te stesso, immergendoti nell'immenso. tu sarai benedetto, realizzerai te stesso, trascendendo te stesso, immergendoti nell'immenso. So this is one of my last compositions and this is the song I would like to comment on this satsang. It says, "Who are you, O man? What have you come to do over here? Which is the purpose of your life? Which is the goal that you have to reach?" So Master Kirpal always talk about self-analysis. Analyze yourself. Try to understand who you are, what you are. Because normally our concept, or the concept we have of ourselves, it's wrong. It's inappropriate. It's not true. Who are you? I am this body. What's your name? I am such and such. So we identify ourselves with this body, this face, this name that we have. And most of the people think that this is it's all about me. Nothing more. I am this body. I am called the way I am called. And when I die, it's over. I will live as much as I will. And when this body dies, it will be my end, because I'm just flesh. Flesh and bones and blood. What else? Fat, bone marrow. So if this is all what we are, is it worthwhile to come into this world at all? Because with this body, yes, we experience some joy, some pleasures, but a lot of suffering, really. much more the suffering than the joy. So the trouble of existence, existing in this world and in this body, it's heavy. It's a cage, it's a prison. So maybe we are something more. Maybe we are our thoughts, our mind. So maybe I'm not just bones, flesh, blood and so forth. I am a thinking person. But if you analyze our thinking, it's actually not our thinking. We don't have any control over our thoughts. They just come and go, invade us, create in us emotions, sensations, according to the nature of the thoughts. Most of the time we don't like these thoughts that we have. They just bother us, trouble us, but we can't do without. We can get rid of them. Because they are repetitive. There is a trend of a certain kind, and they just come, and it's a channel which we have in our brain, in our brain. And they just flow according to the channel that we have. And we create this from our birth to our death. So, I am not this body because I can't just be. An intelligent person cannot believe that we are just flesh and bones. And then when we die, it's everything over. I am not these thoughts because it's not me, really. They don't belong to me. So what am I? Who are you, oh man? Oh human being? It's very important to understand these topics. It's not just a foolish play. It's very important to understand who we are, what we are. So I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. Most of the time we don't like our mind. Means we don't like what we think. Because it doesn't bring any honor to us most of the time. But thanks God we also have a side of the mind which is bright, which is inspiring. Because also the mind has several sides, several levels. The very low level of these uncontrolled thoughts, but then there are also inspired thoughts, creative thoughts. So that's what we have to develop. That's what we have to cling to and try to work on, so that we make a very healthy mind. And meditation is definitely, that's what the purpose of meditation is. Trying to build a healthy mind. That means acquiring control over our thoughts and try to direct them so that we are not slaves of our thoughts, but we are people who control the thoughts. And we can choose what we think. It's very difficult to acquire this self-control over our thoughts. The one who succeeds is the great man, the great woman. But most of the people, they just undergo their thoughts without any control over them. So seeking truth is meant for this. Seeking, first of all, the truth of ourselves. Try to understand who we are, what we are. Try to cultivate the good side of ourselves and give up the bad side. All of us have like two beings inside of us, a good person and a bad person. And we want to cling to the good person and give up the bad one. Because the bad person doesn't make anybody happy. First of all, it doesn't make ourselves happy. And then also the people with whom we relate. So anyway, what are we? If you are not this body, we are not this mind. Master Kirpal used to say we are conscious beings. We are a drop of the ocean of all consciousness. So consciousness is what we are. And consciousness does not depend on body, mind, brain. It's an independent factor which always existed and always will exist. So we are a part of this supreme consciousness which has come down into this body, has taken up a body to make experiences, to experience life, in order to grow. That's the reason why we come in this world. To experience life, in order to grow. And all the masters say that the evolution that happens in a lifetime in a physical body is so much more than what may happen in the higher planes of existence, let's say in heaven or whatever you want to call it. Because here we are pushed into situations, we experience a lot of pain, a lot of sufferings. That means a lot of lessons by which we need to learn and grow. But on the other side, we are just in bliss. There are no real lessons. There are, but not of this kind. So this is a terrible school in which we come with a terrible master that is our mind to learn lessons and to grow quick. So in a way it's a blessing to come in a physical body, even if it is troublesome. Master Kirpal often used to quote this sentence from the Quran that says, when God made man, he asked the angels to bow down to the human being. Because it is said that it's only in this physical body and it is only as human beings that we may realize the Supreme God, the Supreme Reality. He is not given to the angels, he is not given to the gods. They have to reincarnate in order to reach the Absolute. So maybe we are also angels incarnated. Maharaj Rumi says, we have already been in heaven. So why don't we go farther on? The Absolute is our goal. So it's important to understand what we are, what's the purpose of life, what we're here for. We are here to become complete human beings. And a complete human being, it is a God in himself. It seems like a blasphemy to think that we are divine, that we are gods ourselves. But it is not, because that's what we are. We are all divine in nature. Potential divine beings. We come here to manifest fully this divinity which is in us. So the song then says, try to understand what is useful, what is dangerous and useless, what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy. Most of the human beings, they seek happiness there where eventually comes a lot of pain. For most of the human beings, happiness comes from what? Pleasures and objects, belongings. Having this, having that, then getting fed up with this and with that, and wanting something else. That's what most of the people do. They're never happy with anything. Always running after pleasures and after belongings. I have this car, but I would like to have that other one. I have this house, but I would like to have a bigger one. I have this relation, but I would like to have another one. Never happy with anything. When we get something for a while, it intrigues us. We like it, but then week, a month, 2 months, doesn't tell us anything anymore. So then we want something else. Always running after something else, all our life. So is this to be intelligent? Is it this that we have come here for? I mean, an intelligent person would say, no, it's not possible. It's not possible that a human being is meant just for this. So try to understand what's useful and what's useless. What's useful? Your peace of mind. Your inner satisfaction, which comes from the bliss which is already inside of you. We are actually blissful beings. If we are deprived, separated from mind and thoughts, which create emotions and sensations which give us troubles. Without this, We are just at peace. With this, we are in troubles. So it's very important to understand these facts and then work in the direction that will make our life a happy life, a peaceful, content life. So Master Kirpal always said, simple life and high thinking. Don't want too much. Just be happy with what you have. I mean, it's natural to try to improve our situation. But we shouldn't make it the goal of our life, the be-all and end-all of our life. We should try just to make nice and beautiful what we have. That's the secret of manifesting the divine in everything. We don't need to change something. We need to keep it nice and beautiful. So we take care of ourselves, of this body, of this mind, of our emotions. And we try to make our life beautiful. Not by acquiring again and again new things, but making beautiful what we have. So look for your divine nature. Try to understand how to transcend this physical body. How to still the mind, make it silent. How to open the divine eye, or the spiritual eye, or the third eye. So when does a man really experience the real joy, the real happiness, the real fulfillment? And one transcends this physical body. That's the only way, the only time in which we may experience that incredible joy of understanding eventually what we are. When we have a real spiritual experience that deeply touches us, in which we really see reality, that means we really disengage ourselves from our body. That's the time in which we really experience this incredible joy. The joy of understanding eventually what's the purpose of life, what's our purpose, who we are, what we are, which is the goal. That's what gives the real joy. That's how it was in my life. That's what gave purpose and direction to my life. It was not anything from this world. It was not having a beautiful body, having friends, enjoying myself. That made myself more and more frustrated. Because you become more and more empty. But when eventually this experience came upon me, then it was like being born again, really. Being born to a new life, a new purpose for life, a definite direction with a solid certainty. And that was the first time I really experienced real joy. The joy of knowing. That's the only thing that gives us the real joy. When we really come to know who we are, what we are, what's the purpose of this life, and we really see it very clearly, with no doubt whatsoever. Because in this life, otherwise we never have a real certainty about anything. Everything is moving and changing all the time. But when you understand definitely what's the purpose of your life, what's the goal of your life, and that this life has a purpose and a goal, that's what gives real joy, real fulfillment. And then you pursue it, but because you have seen the way and you want to treat it. And this to me happened 52 years ago, and I'm still pursuing my way, my goal, and living what is the purpose of my life. So then it says, be humble, look for the help of a master. Ask him to initiate you to the real path, to the true path, to contact the divine light and to contact the voice of silence, the sound current. So once we have such an experience, if we understand what we have to do, what is the purpose of life, what we are here for, what do we have to realize, then we will also understand that by ourselves we will never succeed. Because then we will face this mind. Eventually we realize what an enemy this mind is. What a wall this mind is that impedes us to see the reality. Sometimes the curtain is lifted up, you see the reality, but then it's closed again. And then you want to go back seeing the reality. But you don't succeed because this mind is an incredible wall. So you understand you are in a prison. You were free when the curtain was lifted up. But then again you find yourself in a cage. Before you didn't know you were in a cage. Now you know it. So what to do? You look for help. I mean it's but normal. So is there somebody who knows what to do? Is there somebody who has gone through this adventure of breaking this wall? So that's why I went to India in 1973. Because I wanted somebody to open again this view, this wonderful view which was shown to me. So I took this long trip, 9,000 kilometers, 1 month trip, just because I wanted to find somebody to open up again this veil. And very lucky I was. So many people went to India at that time, mainly to get intoxicated with some substance. But after a week I met this great man And with him, the door, that opening, opened up again, but not like the first time. So much wider opening, so much more intense everything, so much more wonderful everything. So when you meet a man like this, that helps you realizing, finding out what you're looking for, then you will love that man or that woman, whatever it is. And if you are a good, sincere person, then you will give your whole life to that person, because he has given to you the most precious thing on earth. So that's why, after so many years, I keep clinging to these masters, because they've been so precious to me. And I am a honest person. I am somebody who clings to the precious things of life and to the relations in which I put myself. So when I choose somebody to be my master, he will be my master forever. It doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter the tests, the difficulties, the problems. I have chosen this person as my master, and he will be my master forever. But then this precious master left this world. Then I look for him in a different body. That was my attitude. He was not looking for another master. He was looking for my master in a different body, which is a totally different way. And until I found somebody whom I understood to be my master just with a different dress, I didn't believe anybody, because I always believed evidence, facts, not theories, sayings of people. So many people say so many things, but I never care about what other people say. I always care about what was my experience with something. So before meeting this Sant Singh, I met other people who said to be masters. And they had so many people believing that they were masters. But to me, they were not the same. So I couldn't accept them. I could accept Sant Singh because he was just my master. To me, he was just my master with a different dress. That means he was the divine power manifested in a different body. That's why I fell in love with him, not because of any outer aspect. It's just the person with whom you plug in and you are electrified. That's how it was my meeting with Sanji. I was just electrified by this person. He was not a body to me. He was like an incredible magnet, an incredible divine power manifested in a physical body. Just like I perceive Master Kirpal, the same way. So with him also, I accepted him as my master with a different body, and I stayed with him until he left. He told me to do things, I did them. He told me to help him in his work, I helped him. He told me to build this ashram, I did it. He told me to come live here in a condition which was really terrible. Everybody would run from it, all alone, facing such an incredible situation. I did it. So that's the way. That's the way to be a real good man. Somebody who sticks to his convictions, to his main choices in life. So let's try to be stable people. People who make choices and stick to them till you die. We want to be rocks, not just dry leaves that are carried by any wind. So dear ones, I hope the satsang was meaningful to you, inspiring. Sanji used to say after the satsang, now it's up to us to live the teachings, put them into practice. So thank you for listening.